Hello, my name is Ty. I'm a real estate consultant and a realtor. Today I want to continue from where I stopped, and this is actually going to be the last video on this subject matter, which is some of the advantages of buying land from a real estate developer instead of these Omonile guys. But the first thing I want to say here is buying land from Omonile is not a totally bad idea. A lot of people have bought land from Omonile without any issues at all. Another option is buying from individuals. Some of you, when you buy now, of course, you buy with the intention of selling later. But what I'm trying to highlight here are some of the advantages, because a lot of the issues and concerns of real estate investors with respect to their land purchase, the whole process, the transactions, a lot of the issues and problems that arise, you don't find those issues when you buy from a real estate developer. Issues like, buying land and then your land be sold to another person, land disputes, documentation issues, and so on and so forth. A lot of these issues, you don't have them when you buy land from real estate developers. Another alternative or another option is buying from individuals. This is also not a bad thing. Many of you today, some of the properties you're buying now, you're buying with intention to sell later, right? So buying land from individuals is not also a bad thing, as long as you do your due diligence. And of course, what we have also found is that even when people are buying land from individuals, okay, they feel safer when the land is within an estate, because that way they have some kind of confidence and assurance that there will be no issues with respect to the documentation, with respect to ownership and things like that. So basically, when you look at your objectives, you look at the location of the property, what you're trying to do overall, you just want to weigh your options and see whether to go for a real estate developer or whether to buy from individuals. But in most cases, when you buy from a real estate developer, you don't have a lot of problems associated with a land purchase or property purchase transaction. Now, one good advantage also, which I want to share today, is the fact that when you buy land from a real estate developer, you get the option of paying in installments. You have some of our partners give you the option to pay over up to 2 years, some up to 3 years, okay? Because sometimes even when you have the money to pay for the land, it may just be all that you have. You may not want to just put in all the money you have to make a purchase. So when you have a company that gives you the option of spreading the payment over a period of time, that makes things easier for you. Now, the problem with Omonile when it comes to this kind of arrangement is that when they get someone who has money to pay at once, they will take the money from the person. If you are lucky, they will inform you, but the problem will now be paying you back. In most cases, they start paying you back in bits, because when you give these guys money, they start spending it right there and there, and so usually they don't have all the money to pay you back when they need to. So to avoid all of these kind of issues, it's best to just buy from a real estate developer. So you get option to pay 3 months, 6 months, 12 years, 2 years, 3 years, depending on a lot of factors, depending on the developer, depending on the location of the property, depending on so many factors. But bottom line remains that with a real estate developer, in most cases, you get the option to pay for your property, whether land or even house, in installment. Interestingly, we have one of our partners now who allows you to pay over up to 10 years. But of course, this is an apartment, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom apartments, not land, but it's still a very good one. You pay over 10 years, and you get your allocation after 2 years, where you can either move into the apartments, you can let it out, you ever put it on Airbnb to earn money from it, and they continue to make your payments over 5 years or 10 years, depending on your choice, depending on how it is convenient for you. So what I've tried to do in today's video and my previous two videos is just to make a case for real estate developers. Personally, as much as possible, I want my clients to have a peace of mind with their transactions, which is why I prefer to work with real estate developers, because a lot of the issues and a lot of the concerns that may arise in the course of the transaction, in the course of land transactions, you don't find all of these issues when you deal with real estate developers. The issues just, the whole transaction just goes easy and very smooth, and you are also happy, and you have assurance that whatever your objectives are, whether you want to develop later for yourself or whether you want to sell later in the future, you have the assurance that you'll be able to meet those objectives. You have the assurance that your land is safe, your land is secured. You know that nobody will come and call you 2 years after you've paid for your land and say that there's a problem, and then you start wondering where do you start from. So all of these issues, they are very, very minimal, when you buy from real estate developers. So thank you for watching.